Well, hello there, my amazing artist. Today we are going to make some shape art. We're going to be using our 1-point perspective technique to create these shapes that look like they're bursting forth off of your paper. We're going to actually dive back into our value, practice using our value also to create some depth, some sense of space where things are closer to you and things are farther away. All right, let me show you how we start. You're going to need a piece of paper. You're going to need some shapes. I actually went on a little shape scavenger hunt and I found some cool shapes of all kinds. Some are Legos, some are just little containers, even some little blocks. So go on a shape hunt, get some shapes. You're also going to need a ruler or something else that you can use as a straight edge. And you're going to need some tools to color with. You can use markers or crayons or my favorite. These are my favorite, crayons. Or colored pencils are really good for this project too. So we're going to start first with pencil. And what we're going to do is trace our shapes all around our paper. So you can use some standard geometric shapes. Remember, when you're tracing objects, it's important one hand holds, the other will trace around it. If you miss any corners or edges, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. My corners are missing, so I just went in and I drew them in by hand. Get some circular objects. You can trace those. And I found this cool shape. It's like a pie shape, a pie wedge. It's not, actually, I don't know, would it be considered a geometric shape? We can define it, but I don't know if it has a specific name, like a quarter circle. I don't know. This I definitely know is a rectangle. This is a geometric shape. And let's see, I'll need one more shape right here. Let me do this big rectangle. I'm going to tilt it a little bit. Here we go. So I'm taking my time, going around the edges, making sure to get them all. And if you miss some spots, just go ahead and draw them in. All right, so now here comes the cool 1-point perspective. 1-point perspective is a drawing technique that you can use to create a sense of space. So like I said, things look close to you and they get further away. They look like they're getting smaller. Now, one thing you'll notice about all my shapes is they all meet together at this one central point. That's our 1 point in the 1-point perspective. So I'm going to find the middle of my paper and I'm going to make a little point. See that? Now, this is where your ruler or your straight edge comes into play. What we need to do is take our point and our straight edge, our ruler, and we are going to connect the edges and the corners or the sides of our shapes to this 1 point. Let me show you on my example here. Here's my point, and here's a straight line that goes from the corner of my square. That straight line goes from the corner of the square to that central point. And again, here's the other corner of that square. There is a straight line that goes from that corner of the square to the central point. Let me show you how to draw that. Here's my smaller square right here. Here's my point. I'm going to put my pencil on the point and I'm going to hold it there nice and firmly so it's not going to get knocked over or to the side. And I'm going to put my ruler or my straight edge right up against that pencil point. And I'm going to swivel my ruler around, and I'm going to swivel my ruler until my ruler edge hits that corner, this first corner of my square. Okay, do you see how it's touching the corner of my square there? So I'm going to hold the ruler with my holder hand, and I'm going to draw a line from my center point to the corner of that square. There you go. Now I'm going to put my pencil back on the point, make sure it's nice and firm. It's not going to get knocked off. I'm going to put my ruler up against that point. I'm going to swivel my ruler until it hits another corner. See that corner right there? So I'm going to take my ruler, I'm going to swivel it until it hits the corner. Then I'm going to draw a line going from the corner of the square to my central point. I'm going to put my pencil point back because I got another corner up here I know is going to need a line. So I'm going to swivel my ruler around until, boom. I want to hold my ruler and draw my line till it hits that corner. Now you might be saying, Miss Manning, why aren't you going to draw a line to this corner? Well, that's because my shape is solid. You cannot see through my shape because I'm going to end up coloring it so that it is a solid form. See how this is colored in completely? If I were to draw a line from here to that corner, it would be a transparent, a see-through form. And I actually want to color these so they look solid. All right, so I'm not going to draw a line from this corner to my center, my 1 point perspective point. Now, let me show you how we do this with a circular object like this. You're going to put your pencil back on your center point. You're going to put your ruler up against your pencil. You're going to swivel your ruler until it hits the side of your circle. So here I'm starting on my left side of my circle. Is my ruler hitting my circle yet? Nope. How about now? Nope. How about now? Yes. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to hold with my helper hand. I'm going to draw a line from my center point to that first point that my ruler touched on my circle. Boom. Now I'm going to put my pencil back and I'm going to swivel my ruler all the way until it hits the last side, the very most right side of my circle. See how you can see just a little bit of my circle? So I'm going to stop. I'm going to hold my ruler with my holder hand and draw a line from my 1 point to the very right side of my circle. And boom, there you go. It actually looks like a 3D form you might know called a cone. All right, now here's this funky wedge pie quarter circle shape. We're going to put our pencil on our center point, swivel our ruler until it hits the first corner, draw our line, go back to your 1 point center. Now again, we're not going to draw to that corner right here because this is going to be colored to be a solid form. We're not doing a see-through form. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to keep swiveling my ruler until it hits the most right side. Oh, look at that. Boom. Stop. Hold the ruler. Draw a straight line. Now it's going to be really important that you have a firm hold on your ruler with your helper hand. Because if your helper hand is not holding that ruler strong and steady to the paper, it's going to move and wiggle on you and you will not get a straight line. This is a really good thing to practice. So this is a great opportunity for you boys and girls to practice using a ruler as a straight edge to make some beautifully straight lines. All right, I've got my big rectangle here. I'm going to show you how we can make this look like it's three-dimensional. I'm going to take my pencil, put it on that center point. I'm going to swivel my ruler until it hits a corner. I'm going to swivel my ruler. Now again, I'm not going to draw to this corner because my object is not see-through. I'm going to color it so it looks like a solid form. So what I am going to draw a line to is this corner. Soup. And then let's see if we can see this corner. I'm going to take my pencil, put it on that one point in the middle, swivel my ruler, swivel, swivel, and yep, I can see that corner right there. So I'm going to stop, press and hold my ruler, draw my line. It's a very tiny side of my form for my shape, but still, it works. Now let's do this last rectangle, and then I'll show you how we're going to add color. Take my ruler. Let me put it this way. There. I'm going to swivel it until it hits a corner. Draw my line. Swivel it. Draw my line. Swivel my ruler. Draw my line. And there you go. So what I did with this example was I took a black marker and I traced the edges of my shapes and then the sides of my shapes to make it look like they were solid forms. And then I added some crayon. All I did for adding my value was I lightly colored everything. This is good practice for your value. Look at how we're building 1 week's lesson onto another. So I'm going to color one even light color. And now to add some more space, some dimension, I'm going to go ahead and color it a little darker towards the middle. So it's dark when it's further away from us. Then as it gets closer, it gets a little bit lighter and a little bit lighter. So I pressed really hard and dark down here at the inside, right in the middle, where it's further away from us. And then I lighten up as it goes. And then we can do the same thing with this edge. We'll go ahead and add some darker value here. And then we're going to lighten up as it gets more into the middle of the circle. So it's going from dark, middle, light. Trying to get 3 values here. It's a little tricky, but you know what? Practice. Practice, practice, practice. You've got to get better, right? There. Okay, so that is how I'm going to add value to the rest of my 3D shapes. I can't wait to see your 1-point perspective shapes that you turn into a solid form. I hope you have fun. Remember, if you need any help, feel free to do some internet research or reach out to me. And I can't wait to see your artwork. You have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later. Bye.